Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our Kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our Kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live!
Hey, do it for Deuce
The
and Mo.
final
When it comes to
Friday
the
night
Kings, it's my
of the
favorite
regular
show.
season.
Well, when you
Just ended.
put it like that.
The final Friday night podcast of the regular season.
Oh my
When it comes to the Kings.
God.
Yeah.
Man.
What up, Deuce?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Morgan.
Hi.
What's up, Jeb? Good to see you,
I'm
man.
rooting for y'all.
Yeah. Bring on game 82.
Let's go, Kings.
Of course, it comes down to game 82. If the Kings win,
Deuce and Mo.
playing game at home against the Mavericks. If they lose, still maybe playing game. Mavs take on the Grizzlies. But the Grizzlies are pretty much stuck in 8. So what motivation do they have to go out there and put forth their full lineup?
Yeah, what motivation?
Exactly.
Oh.
So Kings
thought you were
basically,
gonna-
you need to handle business against the Suns on Sunday if you want to play at home, or we can travel to Dallas, Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. How's everybody doing on a Friday night? Thanks so much to all the basketball sickos for hanging out with us. Look, you know, it's weird, and I could save some of this for the podcast, but
What?
I'll take these last 5 games over a lot of the season. It's just like tonight, you just had your chances. You had your chances against Denver, and you couldn't close the door. This one, if you could have just stolen this one,
You
it
could have
would've-
just gotten a rebound.
And they out-rebounded them the whole night until that sequence.
I know.
Offensive good. Offensive
I
good.
know.
Dude.
No, I had a lot of fun watching this one again. And I just saw some people talking about it on social too, like the same concept, right? Just excited to be watching good basketball again.
And I
What?
see what you're doing in here. See, Morgan does this thing where she likes the lights more dim, and it's super dark. We could do a dim podcast. if
Super
you'd like.
dark.
Is that what I
Super
said?
dark.
My bad, my bad.
Where are you going? Yeah, I love. Okay.
Ask the chat
Yeah,
before it's
chat. Hey, chat. So I really like watching other people's podcasts on YouTube when it's like a dimmer scene. You have like.
what
Whoa,
podcast
whoa, whoa.
do you watch on YouTube? that's
So
different?
anyway, are you serious? We both have, and when it's like you get the lights.
This is how we kind of used to do it.
I
Maybe even
know.
a little more dark. Is this fine?
No, I think this is good.
Is it? We get complaints that's too dark.
Tell me if it's if you don't vibe with it.
Okay. All right.
Not you. I'm asking
It's,
chat.
it's always great that we make this change. Hey, it's game 81. Let's change some shit up, huh?
The entire podcast room.
Give me a hell yeah.
I mean,
Oh man.
someone Sean says Gothmo.
Fair enough. Okay,
It's a
you guys are
beamless
digging it.
night, you know.
It is a beamless night, man.
I'm feeling
It's a
gothy.
beamless season in many ways.
Goth talk.
I am bummed that's 39 and 42 after tonight. Ugh.
Yeah, no, super dark.
39 after 42?
So dark.
This team's 39 and 42.
I just want the room to match my emotions with that.
You know, can I just a quick vent? It is weird, like Jeb, why is he here if he doesn't make these adjustments to lights? I'm like getting up to plug shit in. It's like he has one job and he can't even do it.
How
It's just
how
a
much do
little
you pay
annoying.
him?
I don't need a, you know, I'm glad you brought that up. Random thing. I went to my old high school today, Del Campo.
Okay.
They had career day. I committed to it months ago.
Very cool you did that.
Yeah, super cool. I was at the gym at 9:30 and I had missed calls from my old classmate from Del Campo, who's now a teacher there. It's like, hey, where are you? And I had to leave the class,
Did you not put it on your calendar,
I forgot.
bud? Okay.
I got there in time. And
Well,
I did
that's
presentations for 3 classes. But a student in there goes, "How much do you make a year?" And I'm like,
What do you say when someone says that?
"None of your fucking business." And I flipped the desk over.
That's so
and
messed
left.
up.
I didn't go into specifics.
Okay. But you told them, hey, don't get
I
into
said, look,
media and TV.
I'm like, look, when I first started, it was this, and now it's better. Anyway,
I always tell people, I literally had to quit TV because I couldn't get health insurance or anything.
it's a grind, but guess what? It's paying off.
Oh, it's I mean, yeah. But yeah.
Especially for Morgan. I'm going to be busy this summer. Huh?
You're an idiot.
Should we at this hour? No. I tease. Happy Friday night. Game 81 is in the books. We got one more left. And as we get closer to the end of the season, no matter the result, I do get a little more sentimental and more emotional. I do. If I'd be crying after game 82.
He literally said that to me on the phone today. He's like, it's always this time of year. And I'm like, April? When he says this, he's like, that I get more emotional. I'm like, in April. Like, what? Why? Like, the weather's gorgeous. Like, are you just appreciating life? He's like, no, because then you just go, wow, 81. There's only one more regular season game left after that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what it is too? And it's something that you and I were discussing today. It's because it's a marathon, a lot of the season, not for everyone. A lot of people find balance. And with Deuce and I, one day we can, but we're grinding for the ultimate dream. But right now we'll always have like different gigs and things, and then a podcast after and all these things. And so it's always a marathon and grind, but we love it. But I think that's why you get so emotional, because you finally get toward the end and you're just like, I did it. You feel pride and proud.
I like that we're doing this in the pre-show right now. Hey, get amped up as we take a trip down, looking back at the season and all this stuff. But no, I think part of it too is this business changes so fast, and you meet people, and there's players and coaches who come through, and then the next year they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just over. They're somewhere else, and you may never see these people again. It's just weird. It's just one of those weird things. It's like the end. It's like senior year of high school every year, where you're with these people so much, right? And then you say goodbye, and let's be honest, a lot of the people you went to high school with, you don't talk to. Maybe there's a couple, but you just never see these people. There are people when you graduated a long time ago. I graduated 10 years ago, so it's a little different. But you, 15, 20? For me, I haven't seen those people since graduation day. You know what I mean? Since 2016 or whatever.
Didn't you go to your high school reunions?
My recent one, my 10-year, yeah. Let's give some love to the people hanging out with us tonight. If you've not done it yet, hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
There you go.
Shout out to Alex, Adam in the chat, Wardell, Dennis, Youngblood. What's up, Gregory? Alex says, Terrence Davis, what's up? Is he in the chat? Terrence Davis said hi to me today. I literally did not know he knew my name.
That's so sweet. I was going to say cool and sweet.
Yeah, it was cool.
So
I'm happy for him. He grinded back. Adam says pre and post game just was not the same.
Oh,
come on, man. It's still good, but I mean, Deuce and Mo is just, I get it. What's up, Patrick and Joshua, Alexandra? Appreciate that. Joseph, Jesse James, Emiliano is in the building. Omar, thank you guys all for being here. What's up, Peyton, too? Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Braden says, I saw you at the A's game, Deuce. Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not everyone wants to say hi. People want to mind their own business too. Maybe they didn't want you to talk too much,
Okay. Poll question. How do you feel after the last 2 losses? Rough, needed the wins. Good effort. I'm optimistic, or it is what it is, man.
Ooh.
43% of the people who voted say it is what it is, man. That's what the season has turned into.
I would say that leans. I don't want to. No, not even optimistic. It's just it doesn't lean negative in my mind, which I like. I like that some people are appreciating just like some of the good basketball we're watching.
I guess my expectations have just changed because after that Washington game, I was convinced they were never going to win a game again. So like the fact that the last 5 had been like tolerable and like, hey, you win 3 in a row, you beat some good teams, you're competitive in the last 2 at home against a desperate Denver team that's trying to get their shit together after firing a coach, and then a Clippers team who needed to win tonight, and they're really good. All right, let's start the podcast. Deuce and Mo coming down on 3. I need some water, huh? I keep sounding funny now.
Yeah, in your skin too. You look a little dehydrated.
You know what? I usually have like 5 water bottles with me, and I go through like 3 of them. I only had 1 up there tonight, so I didn't drink water the last couple of hours.
Yeah, no, like you actually.
What's that even mean? I look dehydrated. What's that do?
You need off-season skincare routine.
All right, Deuce and Mo, go down 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this on a Friday night. Kings back on the home floor with the Clippers coming into town. The Clippers on a roll. Since Kawhi Leonard hit that game winner against Sacramento in LA, the Clippers 14-3. Number 1 in offense during that stretch, number 3 in defense. And you saw that on full display tonight in Sacramento. The Kings got some good news. Keegan Murray returned. But the offense, missed shot after shot. But they went down swinging. It got interesting at the end before the Kings fell on the home floor to the Clippers, 101-100. DeMar DeRozan with a chance to win it. Tried to split defenders and draw a foul on Zubac. The ref went, we're not calling that. Are you kidding? And the Kings lose by 1. They're now 39-42, and we head into game 82. Kings and Suns, a 12:30 game in Sacramento. If the Kings win, they play Dallas at home in the play-in in the 9-10 matchup on Wednesday night. If they lose, they could still play at home against Dallas. But if Dallas wins, Kings lose, Sacramento has to go to Dallas for a win or go home game in that 9-10 matchup. This podcast presented by our friends at Santebo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Juice Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
I'm good.
You're good, huh?
I'm good. I just I had fun watching a competitive basketball game. So sad that that's what my standards are now at this point of the season. My expectations are, I guess. But at the same time, I love basketball so much. So then when I am watching the team that not only that I root for, I cover, whatever, it's so nice seeing them play good competitive basketball against a really good team. Really sucks that they lost. You just want to know if they're home, if they're in Dallas, but heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
But what's crazy about this time of year too is like the Clippers are playing for something too. They're trying to secure their spot.
Sure.
They're trying to avoid the play-in as well.
Yeah.
So that like you knew you were going to get their best effort in this one. And what I did like about tonight in general, playoff level physicality, chippiness. You had to grind it out. Like if you won tonight, you were going to absolutely earn this game.
Yeah.
And the Kings, I just think they run into a team that is just so much better. And they still had a chance.
Absolutely.
They still had a chance in this one. The Clippers defense is just suffocating, and they have a variety of ways they can do it with their defense, right? Zubac's such a big body, such a great rim protector, but he also can come out and defend a little bit. Hell, even that final play with DeRozan, he was there on help because they brought him in to defend the inbound.
Yeah.
And then they have the ability to go small where they get like Ben Simmons out there at the 5, and they're just switching everything and flying around and making life more challenging. That's a really, really damn good team.
Yeah. And I mean, they click defensively. You know, you think about some of their defensive minded people like Simmons, like Kawhi Leonard, Zubac.
Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
Dude, even James Harden plays defense now.
I know. I mean, even Bogey was playing some defense out there. And so, Van Gundy. They have a different standard under him as the defensive coordinator. We've talked about that all year long. Seeing it always come together, night in and night out is pretty amazing. But then tonight, specifically, I felt like the Kings still did a pretty good job of generating some pretty good looks on the offensive end, just couldn't get some to go not only early. I remember there was a few at the rim where it's just like short, bunny, miss, whatever.
Sabonis.
Yeah. And even Keegan like had a layup at the rim.
Finger roll wide open. I'm like, what a great look at the rim. Short.
Zach LaVine, I think, in the mid-range as well. Like there was a few of those, and it was like, I don't care. This looks good. This looks good. And the fact is, it remained good from a standpoint of like team basketball. It was flowing. It was looking okay. But a lot of shots were missed all night long for the Kings. And obviously, the disruption of the Clippers' long arms and activity is going to play a part in that.
Well, I thought the other thing the Clippers do is they just make you work so hard to get a shot off.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it got to the Kings to points in this game, especially late, where they were even passing up looks that I don't think they should have passed up because they were just trying to get some sort of advantage. And unfortunately, against the Clippers and that defense, there's not much advantage basketball. Like, who's the weak link that you're going to try to pick on?
Yeah.
You know, it's everybody kind of guards out there, you know? I mean, even like Harden at times, like, he's not going to try defensively. Dude, when he's defending and his guy's moving around and trying to fight through a screen, like he's attached. Like, he's in their airspace. So there are many times tonight that the Kings had to work late in shot clock.
Yeah.
And some of the times they were able to hit shots.
Devin Carter for 3.
Yeah, the Devin Carter.
Three.
I think Trey Lyles had a putback jam, late shot clock situation
That
off a
was nice.
Levine miss. They had another one late shot clock too, where they were able to convert.
The extra effort.
The effort was there, but they had to work so hard just to get looks. That was the thing tonight. And I thought they matched the physicality. They rebounded well most of the night.
Yeah. Well, most of the night. Exactly. But I mean, even that alone, when you look at that number, 43 to their 37 to a really good rebounding team, it's like they understood the assignment and they understood where they did need to win things if they wanted to have a chance at winning this game at all. And they did a good job in some of those categories. Just positioning themselves the right way, or you saw the gang rebounding happening and just all those bodies there. Until the end when there's that sequence. And I know I would love to go there if you want to. But.
Yeah, there's a lot to go over with this game, including what happened late in this game. Man, just brutal stretches in that fourth quarter. The Kings go down 99-90, and you're thinking it's a wrap, right? Did you think it was all over at that point?
I thought it was all over a lot, yes.
Yeah. So it was 99-90 Clippers with 2:58 to go. Can I just tell you one swing play, though? I thought, like...
Yes, you can.
Okay, maybe it's not that big of a swing play as a one-point game. But, okay, the sequence, and I haven't seen other angles, so maybe there's a feed that shows where Devin Carter fouled James Harden.
You couldn't see the angle?
7:36.
Okay.
7:36 to go. All I know is, from my vantage point, Devin Carter took like an elbow to the neck from James Harden. They blow the whistle. I'm like, we're going the other way. Foul on Carter.
It was bullshit.
And Doug reacted. I wish they would have challenged it because I think it would have gotten overturned. They didn't act quick enough, you know, and Doug was like pissed. So anyway, they end up scoring after that. And then Doug Christie gets a timeout. It just felt like a swing play in the game where it's like, if they call a foul on Harden, it's a 2-point game. We're going the other way. Who knows what that looks like? But instead, the Clippers score and go up 6.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh!
That's what I did.
But yeah, you want to talk about the end of the game.
Well, really quick too, and even to your swing play, it was just, I feel like that's happened a few times with Devin Carter. Like, he does the extra thing, and then we have to talk about like, oh, he's a rookie. You know, that's gonna happen. A foul's a foul. Like, what are we doing?
I love Devin Carter right now, dude. He is coming in and playing like a dog. Like, the fact that they could put him on James Harden, he's just playing so physical against him. And he definitely does not get, to your point, does not get the benefit of the whistle. Like, there are many times he goes flying, and I don't know. Maybe he's flopping. I don't feel like he is.
Keon does a little bit more of
Keon
that.
definitely
you
flops.
know, like
Keon might be second team all flop in the NBA. And it's fine. You got to sell content.
Dude, you totally have to. Like, you have to play the game, but you have to also find your balance. And even when I think he felt James Harden pushed him out of bounds and he was so adamant about it, I thought he just kind of lost his footing, and then James Harden also just kind of extended his arm so where he thought he could sell it.
That should have been a foul.
Oh, it should have been?
My opinion.
Oh, okay. That's what
I'm an amateur referee, though, so
that's very true. No, but you could be right. So anyway, though, there was times too, Devin Carter, not getting the call, whatever, but like he was going to the ground, but then getting back up and still running to the corner, contesting a shot. His effort on the defensive end is so fun to watch.
And you have the ability to put on some bigger guys because he's got the length and physicality. Where like Keon is a good defender, but Keon is better against like guards.
Yeah.
He's more like, he's not to me a guy that can defend multiple positions, like 1 through 4 or something, 1 through 3, because there's some bigger guys that just overpower him.
Yeah.
Devin may be the same like height as Keon, but he's so much stronger.
He is. No, it's been nice to see.
Okay, so the Kings get back in the game. Levine hits a 3. Derrick Jones Jr. misses. Levine buries another one. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game with 1:24 to go. Fast forward, Harden's fouled. He goes to the line to shoot 2. Goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 100-96. Then DeMar hits a jumper.
Oh yeah,
over Zubac.
So nice.
Makes it a 2-point game with 51.6 to go. Then the wild sequence that Morgan was talking about. Harden miss, rebound, misses again. Just the activity. And you go back and watch the highlights. Kawhi, Zubac, like those guys were fighting, just getting their hand on a ball, creating multiple opportunities. The Clippers keep missing. And then Harden gets fouled. He goes to the line again. 1 for 2 at the line.
Yeah.
Harden literally almost cost him the game with his free throws and some of the turnovers he had, including the one we're going to get to.
Yeah.
So Harden goes 1 for 2 at the line, 101-98 with 3.9 to go. The Kings inbound and the Clippers foul because they don't want to give up a 3.
Yeah.
Smart play. Levine makes the first free throw. And I'm wondering, okay, are they going to do the whole intentional miss thing? Well, Doug looks over at Levine and goes, make it. We're going to take a timeout later. So instead of doing the weird gimmick where you throw it off the rim and maybe you get it.
Right.
No, just make the free throw. So he does do that. It's a 101-100 with 3.9 to go. Timeout. Harden taking an hour to inbound. It's close to a 5-second violation. Tries to get it to Bogdanovich. Keegan Murray is there with the steal. Goes down court. Calls a timeout. I went back and watched the play trying to look at this a little more.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, should he have just go hard at the rim with 2.2 and try to get some look off? Did he have a chance to get to Keon?
Probably didn't even know how much time.
It was tough.
Well,
I was actually fine. I think it was going to be tough no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have gotten a clean look. It wasn't like a gimme.
I thought take the time. Well, again, in my mind, if I was playing, I'd be like, shit, I got the ball, timeout.
And that's pretty much what he did.
Because I would just be like, how much time just ran off the clock? Like that that thought process.
But like, I think I would have probably just trying to take it all the way.
Yeah. Well, now I wish.
But
would
you have? Would he have gotten there in 2 points? I don't know. So he calls a timeout to draw something up. They have a couple of options. Doug Christie talked about a post game. They could have gone to Levine. They end up getting the ball to DeMar DeRozan. He puts the ball on the floor. The sneaky thing that happened though before the inbound. What is that?
You're barking.
I thought I did. All right, Morgan's gonna go investigate. The sneaky thing that the Clippers did on that final possession where the Kings have the ball on the inbound, they put Zubac back in the game. So bonus is off the floor. They put Zubac in. So Zubac is defending the inbounder, which I believe was Trey Lyles at the time. He gets it to DeMar. DeMar puts the ball on the floor. It looks like he's trying to split defenders. It doesn't look like it's going to be a great route. I think he realizes it's not going to be a great route. Leans into Zubac and throws something up in hopes of drawing a foul. It was kind of an awkward play, and it felt like DeMar actually chose quite literally the worst route to take in that situation where you're dribbling. Like Zubac sees that ball inbounded, and he's there on help.
You say the worst route, but
they knew that DeMar was shooting that ball. And that's my only problem with the play is like I know there's not that much time left. Whatever, 2.2. I
Yeah.
said 3.9. Through 2.2 left. But like, I don't know. Like, there's probably not enough. This is again me just talking out my ass here. Like this is not a lot. It's a 2.2.
Yeah.
Could you have gone it to Lyles for an open three at that point? I don't know. It's just that look where, and then you're trying to like draw the foul.
See, I have no issue with even the route he took or anything. I have no issue with that. I have the only issue I had is that he was looking for the foul before looking to make the shot. And DeMar can make some crazy shit, you know? And it's like when he has that muscle memory and that like vision and that mentality, he can make that. But he was looking to draw a foul rather than make the basket.
A couple people in the chat are referencing the fact that the refs let them sub Zubac like at that point, which it did feel slightly late. Like it was like they were ready to inbound, and Tyronn Lue's looking to see who's on the floor for the Kings. He goes, Zubac, get in. Like, okay, that was a generous substitution.
Yeah, it was. No, it was. And like, you know, I heard on the post-game show, like Mike Bibby was saying, he was like, you know, yeah, they might call that a foul in the middle of the game, but they're not going to call that at the end of the game. And either way, I'm like, I don't see much of a foul there either way. You know what I mean? Like I thought maybe DeMar stepped on Zubac's foot and Zubac was like late to it or like stepped under him a little bit. I don't know, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's just like look for your shot before looking for the foul.
I would have even thought about something else, like having someone else inbound besides Lyles. Make it Levine. Because are you going to help in that situation? Help off and go to DeMar? The most dangerous guy is the inbounder in that situation.
But I like Trey Lyles' ability to get the ball in bounds.
Okay.
I do. I think he can get it over the top of some people. I think he can get it cross court if he needed to. But again, yeah, I don't know. I had no problem. I guess
the look wasn't good, Morgan.
Yeah.
It's okay to say.
No. I'm 100% was so disappointed. But you hear why I was disappointed with the look. Not so much of the actual look with 2.2 left. Like it's going to be hard to find an open look. This team is not only a good defensive team, but they were going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to maybe get that flare if you wanted to get that and stay away from Zubac? I don't know. But either way, it was just like, DeMar, you're so much better than that to just like stop trying to draw the foul, just shoot the ball.
There's no chance in hell they're blowing the whistle on that. In that situation.
That's how I felt.
The last time you played the Clippers, you had one that looked like a foul and they overturned it.
Yeah.
They're not calling that.
No.
You might as well try to get balanced and take some
and like
better look than try to lean into Zubac in hopes that maybe he fouls you.
Daddy Adam in the build.
Adam Silver?
Yep.
Yeah, Adam Silver was in the building. Why are you referencing that?
Well, I'm just like the refs didn't want to screw that up in front of him. Yeah, come on. Boss man? No way. They want to make sure it was exciting.
Adam in the chat mentioning Levine was hot too. Yeah, Levine on that court. I didn't think he was open on the inbound to get him the ball in that situation. And again, there's only 2.2 here. So I don't know, maybe they could have ran a different play to get Levine the ball in that situation.
Yeah.
So that's one. And to your point, it's like, yeah, Levine was one of the guys that got going. He got off to a slow start, but got hot late in the game. You'd love to see him get that look and that opportunity. I know DeMar's hit big shots. DeMar tonight, another rough shooting night, 6 of 20. I went back and was watching his field goal attempts tonight.
How did you have time to go back?
Don't worry about it, man.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Go
I'm locked in.
proceed.
I think the problem, the approach against the Clippers has to be different. And so much of DeMar's game at times, right, is, oh, I like this matchup. Let me go at this matchup. I don't think there's a matchup he likes here. Now, I think in his mind, because he's such a gifted scorer and look at what he's achieved in his career as a scorer, I just think he's not able to get that same separation against this Clippers team. This defense is so disciplined
And long.
They're not buying for his pump fakes.
Yeah.
Like, and you mentioned, you're right. They're long. Derrick Jones Jr. has got great length. Kawhi, like some of these guys that were defending him. Chris Dunn is a very disciplined defender. Even Zubac's contesting. You go back and look at the looks that DeMar got. First of all, a lot of them ended up being late shot clock, and he had to try to make something happen. So Clippers forcing you into tough looks. But additionally to that, it just felt like he could not get any advantage against this Clippers defense. So on a night like that, to me, like, get off the ball a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
let's get some other guys involved and let them get looks. I look at a game like tonight, it's tough for me to look at the box score and go, Keon Ellis only got 2 shots. Keon Ellis only got 2 shot attempts. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in the game. I think he's top 5 in 3-point percentage.
And that's not on him, you're saying.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure you go back, there's probably some looks he passed up, but like, I can promise you the Clippers are not defending Keon Ellis like, and I look back at some of this game, like he had some open looks. The Clippers do such a good job at protecting the paint. Like they really collapse down. They're going to make life more challenging. Hell, Sacramento only had 34 points in the paint tonight, 32 attempts, 17 of 32 in the paint. They do such a great job protecting the paint. If you can get off that ball a little sooner and at least give yourself a chance, the Clippers are so good. All right, they could switch. They're good in rotation. But like, I have a tough time looking at this game going, he got 20 shot attempts. Keon Ellis gets 2. Keegan in his first game back was off, I thought, with his shot, but just 9 shot attempts. That's tough for me.
23 assists for the team.
I'm glad you brought up that assist number, Morgan, real fast.
Yeah.
They had 10 assists in the first quarter. That's another thing.
Yeah.
They had 10 assists on 12 makes in the first quarter, ended the game with 23. Now, part of this, too, is you only get assists if you make shots, okay? And the Kings shot 43% in this game. So that's another part of this. But, yeah, I didn't totally love it. I thought they played too much into the Clippers' hands, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I also, within some of the good moments for the Kings offense, when things were flowing, it was like when they were in those 2-man situations with anyone, even Zach LaVine and Domas at times were just like, it was like a DHO to a give and go situation. And I'm like, the flow of that. Yes. And then there was a few moments, maybe 1 or 2 possessions that I noticed this specifically, where it was like DeMar and LaVine in the corner and Domas is like asking one of them, like, someone do something.
Yeah.
And you can just tell DeMar's like, I ain't moving. I'm staying right here and I'm going to post up and I'm going to do my thing. And I was just like, God, remember what was working so well was when he'd go into an action, get to a spot, and then go to work.
And I think part of this, too, is like the Clippers' defense is exhausting.
Yeah.
They play physical. They're grabbing you. And guess what? Sorry, guys, that's playoff level basketball. It's that time of year. We are in late April. 10 years ago, late in the year, it didn't matter, right? Teams were like, hey, let's get ready for the playoffs. Play-in's not a thing. Seeding's decided. The West is insane. The Clippers are trying to secure a spot. They don't want to be playing in the play-in. The Kings need to get a home play-in game, right? They want that home play-in game. It's going to be a different level of physicality and compete out there. You're not going through the motions. I know the postseason hasn't technically started, but for all intensive purposes, these feel like playoff postseason games.
And that's honestly what's been so fun about the play-in situation each year. I think sometimes we look at some of these teams and we're like, why are we rewarding losers? But then you do see the competitiveness elevate at this time of year because either it's people like screwing with other people are still fighting for where they're going to land in the play-in, in the playoffs. And that's why, like it does prepare you a little bit going into a postseason. But at the same time, if you're not ready for it or your team that's not ready for it, it will also very much show.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan in this game, I mentioned 16 points, 8 assists. 8 assists, okay. 6 of 20 shooting. He was 4 of 12 in the second half. LaVine finishes this game with 26 points. He was 9 for 23 shooting, 4 of 12 from 3. He ended up with 18 of his 26 points in the second half of this game. Sabonis, 19 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, had 4 turnovers on 8 of 15 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3. Zubac is a tough matchup, man. Zubac is playing at a all-NBA level.
What do you think when Doug went the bigs?
Actually, I was kind of intrigued by it.
Okay.
And the only reason they went away from it is because Valanciunas picked up his third foul.
Oh, yeah.
And it was...
That was with Simmons.
And what they did, like, it was just a different counter. And I was like, okay, this is intriguing where the Kings go double big. I think the lineup, I had it written down here. It was Devin Carter, LaVine, Keegan, Sabonis, and Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clippers had Simmons, Bogey, Norm Powell, Kawhi Leonard and Derrick Jones out there.
Yes.
But we didn't get to see it that long. It was from the 12-minute mark until the 10-16 mark. And the Kings, once that lineup went out, they were up 34-29. But I don't know. I don't know how long it can last, but it's just an interesting wrinkle. It's like, oh, you guys are going to go super small on us. We're going to go big. And one of the first plays, Valanciunas found Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
A little big to big action.
Yeah, I like it. I appreciate it, especially being able to throw that at teams and having something a little bit different within your rotation. So, no, I'm with you. And then now going to Zubac, like you were just talking about another big. 8 of 10 from the field too. I mean, just so efficient.
He's so good defensively.
Yeah. He's been good all year long, and you think about what he adds as like an anchor to this team.
Yep.
Like we always talk about Kawhi, we always talk about James Harden, but truly what this big, and like for a big that can play like pure big basketball, can still have the ability to come out like you mentioned and move his feet.
He's a great example of, guess what? Like certain guys get kind of pigeonholed in this league, and you go, oh, that he's just like a 10 and 10 guy, just a hustle guy. And now this year, his role is different. He's being asked to do more, and he's showing he can give more.
Yeah.
And he's still doing what he does defensively. I think he's got to be like the most underrated center in the game. And I think this year, if anything, he's going to get that love. I think he's got a chance at All-NBA this year. He's been fantastic for them. And this Clippers team is, dude, they're legit. And it's weird to say that because, you can't totally trust it. How many years have we been suckered into, hey, this Clippers team's healthy, we'll see. Obviously, everything hinges on Kawhi Leonard's availability, right?
Absolutely.
But Kawhi Leonard, dude, are you kidding me?
What was that? The thing that was sent out to, Clippers are 25 and 10 when Kawhi is in the starting lineup.
Wow. He had 28 points tonight. He cooled down a bit in the second half. He was 2 of 8 in the second half, but finished 10 for 21 in this game. And I mean, that he had one play like a baseline fading out of bounds. And you're like, how do you make that shot? The three he had at the end of the half was big. That was a big time three. It gave the Clippers the lead. Ultimately, that was kind of the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Kings played him even in the second half. It was 51-51 in the second half.
Damn.
And that's despite the Kings shooting 40% in the second half, 5 of 19 from 3.
No, and that's why I was impressed with the way that the Kings played. And I think it's like we're at this point in the season. It's nice that they already have a play-in spot, because again, I just want there to be a year where I'm like, oh, it's so great they clinch a playoff spot.
I'll say this. If they play like they have in the last 5 games, they're going to have a shot to beat Dallas. They're going to have a shot to go on the road and beat Memphis.
Sure.
It's going to be a challenge, though. And that's where I'm like, dude, if you have to go on the road and win 2 play-in games just to get in, that is, Wednesday night needs to be in Sacramento. It has to be in Sacramento. And then you get ready to play Memphis.
Yeah.
I know I'm not giving Memphis a shot to win that 8-7 matchup. I'm just being realistic. But are they going to beat Minnesota if they're there? Are they going to beat, Golden State? Are they going to maybe beat Denver if Denver's there?
I see.
I just don't. So I would imagine you'd be going to Memphis if you won the 9-10 matchup. And I'm not even saying the Dallas game would be easy. I just think the Kings right now, the last 5 games, I'm like, okay, this is a level of competitiveness. You're not being a joke defensively.
Right
You're
now.
battling. Like even tonight, I talked about the shots that Mar got and some of the late shot clock opportunities. But you mentioned this earlier. Levine, the first half, had some awesome looks from 3. And he was short on most of them. I trust that more times than not, he's going to make them. Why? Because he came into tonight leading the NBA in 3-point percentage.
And I would rather have him take them.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, how many times have we sat here since the trade deadline and complained about like, oh, you got to make sure Zach LaVine's being more aggressive and taking more shots. Every time he takes more shots, he's not going to just like be fantastic and make them all the time. It obviously he does more than he doesn't, but tonight was one of those nights where he wasn't as efficient, but at the same time, stayed aggressive, kept shooting the basketball. I'll take it.
Here's what Doug Christie, by the way, had to say about the last play for Sacramento.
On the last play there, is that kind of what you guys drew up that play for DeMar, or was that kind of a second option?
Yeah, it was more of a second option. It was Keegan looped around. You had Zach going over the top to an empty corner, and then Keon setting the screen for Debo, but Debo popped as the time started going, got it, and just unfortunately didn't get a good look. Everybody was live on that play. So Zach over the top after Keegan sets it. Keegan's coming off Keon. Yeah, everybody's live.
So there's Doug describing that final play.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you already mentioned Levine. What?
That courtesy of Matt George.
You already mentioned Levine being, not necessarily open, but like, could he have gotten it to Levine?
Yep.
But at the same, that's why you also have Zubac on the inbounder.
Yep.
To take away that vision, to make life a little bit more difficult. So,
Speaking of Matt George, he told me a story the other day that
are you
was
allowed to share it?
borderline unbelievable. Yes, it is, because it involves me.
Oh, okay.
He was somewhere. I think he said he was out to lunch, and some guy was like looking at him and goes up to him. It's like, Deuce Mason, huge fan, like love the podcast, like big fan of the podcast. I used to listen to Matt George on Locked On Kings.
No, he did not.
Yeah. But he's just too emotional and overreact. He overreacts too much. So I just love what you guys do. Okay.
I'm
question.
so-
No.
yeah,
Pause, sit on this for a second.
Okay.
Chat. Morgan, what do you do in this situation? A, you go, oh, nice to meet you. Do you go, I'm actually Matt George. Sorry, it's fine.
Okay.
Just, hey, I'm Matt. Hey, I'm actually,
Okay.
believe it or not, I'm Matt George. I know all us white guys look the same.
Okay.
Or do you just go, oh, thanks, nice to meet you? Yeah.
That was kind of like your first one, too.
Yeah. I messed that up.
Okay, so you went A, B, A.
Yeah, same thing. A, B, A. What do you do?
Okay, so two options really. I go with B and I say, hey, funny thing, I'm actually Matt George, and and then I say, I love that you love them, but I'm curious, what is it that you don't like about my podcast anymore?
You overreact too much, and that's probably what it was. But you know what? If you here's my
Have
thing.
a conversation.
If you go, hey, I'm actually Matt, he's gonna be like, oh my god, what? The person's gonna be so embarrassed, and then you know what they're gonna do? I actually do like you, Matt. I'm sorry.
I just don't like. Yeah.
And then you disarm him. No. Matt
No, he does not.
just acted like he was me. He just acted like he was me. What the?
Matt, a lot of people love you. And just because
what
one
the
guy
fu-
didn't, you should have called him. You should, you should, yeah.
Just say it's you. It's like, yeah, and then make him feel uncomfortable. You don't say you're Deuce.
He starts saying, yeah, my dog Carlin. Oh,
yeah.
He only has 2 legs.
Yeah. Deuce and Mo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt just starts singing.
what the hell?
Matt's wife comes around the corner with the baby or the kid, and he's like, she says something. He's like, I don't know you, or like something weird.
And you know what's so funny about this? You know what? I'm so glad I brought this up. Because
Why?
last year at a game, this guy comes up to me and thinks, I'm Matt George.
God, you
And
white
I'm like-
basic
I'm like-
men.
and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What'd you say? Oh, no, this is what happened. The guy goes, I'm at a game, and I'm on the concourse. The guy goes, Matt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Matt. And I realize, this fucking guy thinks I'm Matt George. And so I'm ignoring him. Because I'm like, that's my name. I'm not going to respond. Eventually he makes eye contact. He comes up to me. He goes, hey, Matt George, I'm a big fan of Locked On Kings. And I'm like, oh, I'm not Matt.
You said it.
Deuce and Mo, we do a podcast about the Kings too.
And he goes,
oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, I know you are.
And
then
then,
we move on.
and then you started saying, "Oh yeah, I hate that podcast because blah blah."
It's the funniest shit ever. I just could not believe. I'm like, Matt.
I cannot wait.
I forgot to tell you this story.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him about this because that is so.
And to be honest,
What?
I know we're both white guys, but like, I don't think we look alike. I can't grow that beard.
Well, you guys don't look alike,
Yeah.
but you are basic white dude looking. You are. I mean, everyone says you look like every basic white dude, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
See, like, I loved when I used to get Sarah Hodges because she's hot as hell, and
Let me just
I'm
tell
like,
you. Let me tell you. You're not Sarah Hodges. My oh my. You are not. Sarah, let me emphasize that. Not Sarah Hodges.
Is this because I called you basic white guy? Oh my God. And I love her.
Anyway, we got off on that tangent after that. Christie was talking about that.
Thanks for the great story, Matt.
Yeah, hilarious. What else from this game? First Trey Lyles gave some good minutes in the first half. He was battling on the rebounds. There was one play where Zubac was trying to post him up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, he likes the mismatch here. And he was just strong, just like he battled Jokic a couple of nights ago. I like how Trey's playing right now. Rebounding well. He was in help position on defense too. I think Trey's in a pretty good rhythm.
I do. I definitely see that with him. I think he feels confident. I feel like he feels a connection maybe to some of the newer guys like DeMar and Zach LaVine. Even if he doesn't, it looks like it out there on the court, like things are clicking more. And I think he's also kind of accepted what his role really needs to be on this specific roster. It's like contribute where you can contribute. And I love when he's knocking down his threes, whatever. But when he's crashing the boards and just being aggressive on the defense,
I think that's
I'm
where
like,
it's at.
Yeah.
I trust that he can knock down some threes. It's that part of it where like, I need you to be strong. I need you to deal with some of the bigger matchups. If they start hunting you, like be physical with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so liked Trey. We already gave enough love to Devin Carter.
No, we have not.
Okay.
We got to talk about Devin
so
Carter,
sorry.
dude. This guy, he's pumping me up now.
Oh, no.
Well, he's starting to look much more just comfortable. I want this guy on the floor. And honestly, late in games, like late tonight, I was in this tough situation where I was like, ooh, like, do you go back to him? I felt like he was rolling third quarter into the fourth, doing some nice. He was frustrating the hell out of James Harden.
Yeah.
Harden did not like him. And that's,
obviously,
to me, the greatest compliment is if you can frustrate someone like James Harden and all of a sudden, he's having some turnovers or he's trying to use his off arm to get space. Devin Carter is a pest.
Well, and let me go back to this then.
He stole the inbound earlier tonight.
Let me go back to this then. Yeah. What you were saying about that swing play earlier, when Harden elbows him in the neck and they didn't call the challenge it, whatever. Think about it. If they had done that and then you even have Harden a little bit more out of his game mentally, just more frustrated. And it's like, you're so right. He was already frustrating him, capitalize on those other frustrating moments. But I loved what Devin Carter added. I love his effort. I love, what was it, just that 1-3 that he had? Yeah, the 1-3 that he had when DeMar's like, I'm not getting this turnover, late shot clock. He does that all the time.
Throwing grenades. Although, like I said, DeMar did get plenty of shots, late shot clock situation tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He had some grenades he had to just throw up to the rim.
For sure. But either way, I really like
I'm super encouraged by it.
Carter's presence out there right now.
He ends up playing just 15 minutes, 7 points for him. He had 2 steals, including that one on an inbounds. Keegan also had an inbound steal early in this game. Carter also had 2 assists, 3 of 6 shooting. I mean, from a minutes perspective, I think you could have found a way to give him more. Again, I'm looking at the minutes. I'm just like, it's just tough to me to see that DeMar is playing 40 minutes. Because like you just said, I don't, if he's tight, get him down to 35.
But that's the thing. He's a vet and he's going to be like, I'm never tired, right? Like,
I get it.
Like we talked to him after that second night of a back-to-back.
I just felt like late in this game, I'm watching these things, right? And I felt like Doug, early on, there was a game Sacramento was playing at home where he was going offense, defense a lot in the fourth quarter. We're just switching up. Like he took DeMar out of a game, like in the final couple of minutes to put some defense out there. And tonight they had opportunities to do that. The Clippers were doing that. The Clippers were tinkering down the stretch. And I didn't think there was enough tinkering. It was like, hey, our starting 5 is back in the game. This is the lineup that's closing things out. And I don't know. I think there's opportunities. Like, hey, let's get Carter in here for a couple of possessions.
Yeah.
Let's just see what he can do.
No, I'm not. You know how I feel about you want to find a way to make sure your guys are getting the time that they need to, I guess, find their own rhythm while still finding a way to stagger in your bench, especially because it felt like the bench, the bench compared to obviously the Clippers bench was contributing so much more, 25 bench points to their 13. But even early on, it was like that. So finding those moments, but also when you have a whole season to kind of find those moments, then everyone just gravitates to that. Like, that's our standard. This is what we do. And we all are used to it at that point.
Morgan,
Yeah.
give some love to the basketball sickos watching us tonight.
Hey, you basketball sickos. Give me a hell yeah. Sick as fuck.
Steven says Deuce looks like the default white created 2K player.
Yeah.
Dude.
100%.
Okay.
Why does that bother you?
I mean,
It's not, I mean,
I am a very strikingly handsome person.
remember, skincare off season. You said it yourself. You were dehydrated. You can't tell on this camera. Like, even I look okay on this camera for some reason. Probably because we have the lights dimmed. Oh, and he drinks water.
But I was dehydrated.
H2O and sunscreen, people. Start wearing that sunscreen. You should be wearing it all year long.
Morgan,
Yes.
when you look at the West, are you starting to buy into this Clippers team as a team that could make a deep run? I feel like
Absolutely.
everyone looks at OKC and goes 67-win team. They're like the clear and heavy favorite, which I agree with.
Yeah. How many years have we talked about this? Not this specific Clippers team, obviously, but the Clippers as a whole being like, oh, they're frauds. On paper, they look good. They're never healthy, blah, blah, blah. Then they don't even have time to click. I mean, when it was Paul George was still there and it was how many minutes they actually played on the floor together, like all those different things, right? And you just feel like this year specifically, it's been clicking more and more. And probably because you have people out there actually playing together a little bit more. But also you have Jeff Van Gundy.
Jeff Van Gundy, I know we've mentioned this every time they play the Clippers, but he is literally like a second head coach and not like, oh, just from an experience standpoint. He is up. It's like him and Ty Lue the whole time.
And I'm sure that it's not weird power dynamics because we all know Jeff Van Gundy probably doesn't want to be a head coach again, right?
Probably not. Here's the thing about Jeff Van Gundy. He's in the best possible spot.
Yes.
He
get paid a shit ton of money.
knows Ty Lue well.
That.
He has a lot of influence, but he's not going to get all the blame if it goes bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, for him, it's like, you're not broadcasting anymore. Yeah, and the head coaching gig, there's a lot of stress that comes with it.
You can shit on refs 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the things. Yeah. No. So, of course I believe in this team. And not just because of what I've seen them do against the Sacramento Kings. I just think in so many other matchups, like their record doesn't match what they've been doing later on in this season and the style of basketball on both ends of the floor and the experience that they have as a collective crew to go into a postseason.
I think they have now won 17 of 20.
Jesus
Christ. Now improved since that Kawhi game winner.
Yeah.
Against Sacramento in overtime. They're 15-3, which is the best record in the NBA during that span.
I mean, yeah.
So they look like they have tremendous balance
something.
in like what you want in today's league. And Batum didn't play tonight either.
Yeah.
Batum's been banged up. So I like the pieces. Powell's had a tremendous year. He was a borderline all-star. We talked about Zubac, Kawhi being back, and he wasn't really a factor early in the season.
Yeah.
We're watching this Clippers team early going, they're competitive, but is Kawhi ever coming back? We were laughing about it. And now you're watching Kawhi going, oh shit, this guy's just, when he's healthy, he's a big shot maker. He's got size. He defends.
Freak body. Yep.
Dude. And then even their bench, like getting
hands.
Bogey. Bogey's a nice pickup for them.
He
Derrick
is.
Jones Jr. They're nice.
I know. I'm with you. Could it be fun if they were, we all hate all LA teams, no matter what, right? But watching that style of basketball out there do something in the postseason, upset a team, however you want to describe it, I'm down with it.
We got more of the podcast coming up. We got to look ahead to the Kings' final game. We'll bounce around the league. Plus, talk about some playoff scenarios. What are some potential scenarios with that 7, 8, 9, 10 matchup?
Okay.
That we should all know going into the final game of the season. Game 82, Sunday, 12:30 tip-off. Isn't that crazy?
Excited. Yeah.
And then after a little day podcast, kind of,
Yeah.
we'll probably be on at like 3:30, drinking some champagne, enjoying the end of the season, and talking a lot of basketball.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Give us a dub so we can enjoy that champs.
Oh, God. If you lose to the Suns,
Just give us a dub.
you can walk to Dallas. There's like a helicopter following them on their way there. It's like, yeah, they are literally walking to Dallas. They are now in New Mexico. They are slated. Will they make it there by tip-off? Unfortunately, the loss to the Suns cost them
Their charter plane.
Yeah, their charter plane. They're not going. They have to walk. Or electric bikes. They could get there.
The electric bikes
You're
run
right.
out.
Yeah. Are they going to get there? Oh, no. They have to
like
charge.
30 miles on them. Like, are you kidding? 30.
Oh,
So
man.
stupid.
We got more of the podcast coming up. We are presented, as always, by our friends at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery, Morgan Reagan.
Love being partnered with Sentivo Vineyards. They are a family-owned winery, and they are all Kings fans. They also craft some of the most amazing and award-winning wines. They have a new tasting room opening up in Fairfield area this spring. So if you can't wait to drink their wine, though, over at the tasting room, just head to sentivovineyards.com where you can purchase all the bottles I've been enjoying all season long. Make sure to go to sentivovineyards.com.
Also presented tonight by our friends over at Bird
Dogs.
Oh, man. I love this time of the year
Yeah.
because I'm a big, I love wearing shorts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little pasty, too. I got to get some sun. You guys
Really?
want to see my thighs?
I don't think you should. Well, I guess you could ask.
It's
people.
fine.
Okay.
You don't have to right
Have
now.
we-
So anyway, I am one of those people, I run hot. All right. Even I don't, summertime when it's like, I don't like feeling uncomfortable and sweaty and hot and all that stuff. So having shorts that are versatile but still look good, check out Bird Dogs. They have changed my life.
Wow.
These are like the khaki versions, super comfy. They're
Yeah.
stylish. You can wear them out and about. You can
I
be
like 'em.
casual, wear them around the house. Game changer. You should check out everything they have to offer at birddogs.com, Morgan, using our promo code DMPOD, birddogs.com/DMPOD. And for a limited time, our listeners get a free hat with the order.
Ooh.
Get this free Bird Dog hat right here.
Ooh.
Use code DMPOD at birddogs.com and get that hat completely free when you use DMPOD at birddogs.com. Support our show and let them know we sent you. We're also presented today by Medic Ambulance.
We're thrilled to team up with Medic Ambulance, a trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. For over 45 years, Medic Ambulance has set the standard in emergency medical services, combining cutting-edge technology, award-winning service, and a deep commitment to community care. Medic is the official emergency medical response partner of Sac Republic and Stingers Up Sac State Athletics. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Also presented by our friends over at Mando. Honestly, Morgan, I know it's Mando, but
There you
I think
go.
you need some, huh? You could use some 72-hour protection. I have a weird fear of smelling bad. I don't ever want to smell bad.
That is
Sometimes, Morgan, I got to be honest, a little stank. It can
No,
all
I
change for you
don't.
with Mando, the whole body deodorant. 72-hour protection, by the way. It's been a
Wow.
game changer. And the best part about it, I said whole body.
Yeah.
Do your balls stink?
No.
That wasn't to you. You could apply it there. Your thigh gaps, all right, your pits, your thigh folds, your belly button, your butt crack,
Your eyeballs?
your feet. Well, your eyeballs don't stink, I don't think.
They s-
Anyway, it's clinically
Cry.
proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. Legit. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average man's grundle odor level was 5 out of 10.
You didn't write that?
No. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive codes. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code DMPOD at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe. Manta. Grundle. You know?
Gotta read it out loud.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Also presented by Golden One Credit Union. We're all one at Golden One. Scan that QR code to start your financial journey today. A lot of perks going into next year, too. How about 50% off Kings home games using their discount ticket portal or 15% off Kings and merch? That's all. GoldenOne.com, Morgan.
Hell yeah.
We are all one at Golden One, the official credit union of the Sacramento Kings. All right, Morgan Reagan.
Yes.
Kings' final game of the year is against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns who are going to be missing the playoffs. How insane is that? We thought maybe
Insane.
game 82 would be like, oh, like this could be win or go home for either team.
Yeah.
The Suns technically have nothing to play for. I am very curious to see, do they play Devin Booker? Do they play some of their guys in the final game of the season and try to play spoiler?
Why would you?
I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Like, wouldn't it be kind of fun to like troll the Kings? Be like, you have to go to Dallas. I would care.
I would too, but I just think as an organization, I'd be like, okay, well, let's see what we can get from the other, like going into next year. What do we want to see from our future, from some of the other guys, from the depth? Like, I don't know.
Well, they played tonight and they're out of it, right?
Yeah.
They won tonight in San Antonio, 117-98. Booker played just 28 minutes, but they were up big in this game.
Yes.
They were up by 31 at one point.
Okay.
So I don't, I just don't know what to expect from them. And the Kings, I mean, here's the question. What's your confidence level, chat, and Morgan?
Yeah.
What's your confidence level for the Kings against the Mavericks if it's in Sacramento on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being strongest? Like, what's your confidence level they win that game in Sacramento?
Oh, it will be the same for both Sacramento and Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I just think with this team, this Kings team, the inconsistencies that we've seen all year long on the road, at home, anywhere, all year long, and then specifically this roster, I just go, they're going to play against this matchup however they need to play.
Yeah.
Not I don't think it would be the biggest deal in the world if they're traveling. It's a Western Conference team. It's a Dallas. It's not crazy. They do it all season
That's fair.
long.
That's interesting. Yeah.
know.
I mean, I feel like having the advantage of being at home would be nice because then you've been at home for
I
a
like it
minute.
for me.
Yeah, but I like it for them too.
No, I know. And that's, I think at first, like a few games ago, I kept thinking, God, you really want that home game, get in that ninth spot. And now really thinking about it, I'm like, the Mavs are who they are and they're going to be a good team home or away as well.
They played tonight and beat the Raptors 124-102. Anthony Davis had, wow, what a game. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, and 7 blocks.
Jesus.
Outrageous for him. He did that in 30 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
They did get Dante Exum back and Jade Hardy. Spencer Dinwiddie did not play. The one thing about this, I know we're going to probably do like a full-on Kings-Mavs breakdown at some point before the Wednesday, of course. We'll probably do some content before that game. My first take on it is, I don't know that Dallas has the guard play to beat Sacramento. Like, if Kyrie was playing in this game, I would be beyond fearful. And I'm not saying that Anthony Davis can't have a dominant performance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in my mind, I'm just like, Anthony. If Dallas wins, it's going to be because their defense is so suffocating against Sacramento that they just completely shut them down.
They protect the rim. They're not going to get.
They're forcing turnovers.
And Kings are just going to have to shoot all day. And if they're not having a good shooting game, what are they going to look like, right? Like, we kind of got to see it tonight. They still can put up a fight and still attack people in their chest.
Yeah, so I just think that they would have to play like, and I guess they have the defensive pieces. We know this: PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively. You've got Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall's a tough dude that the Kings have had problems with before. I don't know. I do feel like right now, and it's crazy to say this, right now, I feel like the Kings. I would pick Kings over the Mavericks,
home or away.
Yeah, I don't know about away.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know why. That's to me.
Do you feed off that emotion? I don't know.
I agree.
And
No.
where does Anthony Davis rise to a level?
I think when you made me put it on a scale, when you were starting to make me put it on a scale, it made me go, oh, well, that's the same. I have the same number. When I really break it down, home court advantage, I'm not even thinking about travel or anything, but I'm thinking about like the emotion of the arena for like swing plays and big moments and like the crowd energy at Golden One Center for a play-in game.
And what's the energy going to be like in Dallas? I'm just being honest. I mean, their fan base is definitely passionate. We know this, but
They'll be
they're
there.
also very hurt right now.
Mhm.
I mean, are they coming to like, we got to win a play-in?
Or
Let's
like
go."
almost like screw them anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm with you though with the way that the Kings have been playing. If they can play this same style, upbeat, physical, crashing the boards, desperate, urgent kind of basketball. Yeah, like it's
Get it done. Beat the Sun. Take care of your business. All you have to do on Sunday is win, and you get the 9th spot against Dallas. You could still get it if you lose,
yeah.
but you need Dallas to lose to Memphis.
Control what you
The
can
question
control.
is Memphis and Dallas. Does Memphis play any of their guys against Dallas? I don't know, because at this point, Memphis is pretty much stuck in the 8th spot.
Yeah.
There's no advantage really for them. Do you guys want some of the scenarios?
Sure.
I like how you say you guys, like everyone in the chat.
Hey.
Yeah, Deuce, yeah. I'm just going to give you the scenarios.
Okay.
This is from John Hollinger at The Athletic. So if we assume that Minnesota beats Utah,
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is not playing in that game. He got a technical, so he is suspended for the last game.
Oh
Okay?
shit.
But it's Utah. Like, Minnesota should win. If the Clippers beat the Warriors and the Nuggets win their game over Houston sat everybody tonight.
Okay.
So if the Clippers and Nuggets win, Denver and the Clippers, it would be Denver 4, Clippers 5, Minnesota 6. The Warriors would be in the 7th spot.
Oh.
And then the Grizzlies would be in 8th.
Okay.
If the Warriors and the Nuggets win, it would be Denver 4, Minnesota 5, the Warriors 6, the Clippers would fall to 7, and the Grizzlies would still be in 8. There's also a scenario where the Clippers can jump by up to 4th. If the Nuggets lose, it would be 4 Clippers, 5 Wolves, 6 Nuggets, the Warriors in 7th, the Grizzlies in 8th. If the Warriors win and the Nuggets don't, the Wolves could finish 4th. Denver would then drop to the play-in
You should
and
show
play the
this.
Grizzlies. I know it's a lot.
Well,
I guess
and-
my whole
yeah,
point
I'm a
is,
visual
here's
person.
how I'm looking at it at this moment. If you beat Dallas,
Yeah.
more than likely you are playing the Memphis Grizzlies on the road. I kind of like that matchup. They just lost Jalen Clark. That was such a shitty injury he had. Fractured his wrist. That was a nasty ass
Awful.
fall.
I know.
They're kind of in a weird spot, right? So you'd have to go to Memphis in all likelihood. Because do you think Memphis is beating Denver, Golden State, or the Clippers in a win or go home game? No. I would not pick them. So I feel like Sacramento's road to the playoffs goes through Dallas and Memphis.
Okay.
And then you get ready for OKC.
I'm down for whatever.
I'm all in on, let's get to the playoffs. I want Keon to get experience against OKC. I want Keegan to get more experience. I want Devin. I want these young guys to feel the adjustments, the physicality, and going up against the premier team in the NBA,
Yeah.
a 67-win team, please.
And I want the Stockton Kings to win
And
a championship.
Joe, my
What?
bad. Jalen,
What?
I don't know. I called Jalen Wells, Jalen Clark of the
Oh.
Minnesota Timberwolves. My bad.
And I just
Jalen
said,
Wells,
yeah,
the local product.
But
My
I
bad.
knew who you were talking
Yeah,
about.
Jalen Wells. Derp. Thanks for the correction. And that's something Jebediah should honestly be in my ear and tell me right away.
Did you hear me?
I like both those guys are dogs.
he's
though, by
not
the
even
way.
listening.
I'm not listening to you.
Did you hear me?
No.
And I just want the Stockton Kings to win the championship.
I like how you're trying to transition into that.
Well, I was trying to remind you too, because I
Yeah.
didn't want you to forget.
Okay, but
Yeah,
this up.
yeah.
Wrapping this up. Do you agree with me on this? So that's the path. It's
I already agree.
Dallas and then
Yeah.
Memphis.
I mean,
I of all paths, not
I
bad.
literally like your poll question. I
Yeah.
said I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
It is what it is, man.
Okay.
Like I'm that's where I'm at.
Morgan wants us to give some love because we need to the Stockton Kings tonight.
Yay!
They are playing in the NBA G League Finals.
Hell yeah.
And it's a 3-game series. They lost game 1 in Florida, so they had to win or go home tonight in Stockton. They won 144 to 126. Some insane numbers. They scored 41 in the first. Then they gave up 43 in the second.
Ooh.
They scored 42 in the third and then outscored the Magic 34-22 in the fourth. They were on fire from 3. They were 24 of 41 from 3, 58%.
Oh my God, John Elmore.
Yeah, well, let's go over some of the numbers.
Okay.
Mason Jones, 27 points, 12 assists,
Who
6 rebounds.
did that?
Yeah, right. Scalabicier had 26 points. Terry Taylor, double-double, 19 and 10. Dexter Dennis with 24 and
Hell
8.
yeah.
And then you had John Elmore with 16 and 5. Stockton out-rebounded them 47-33. Anyway, a lot of numbers I'm throwing at you guys. Now we have a decisive Game 3 back in Florida coming up on Monday night. Kings Magic winner wins the G League Finals.
That's some crazy ass travel. Florida, California, Florida.
Yeah.
And then you got to go back to California.
That sucks.
Yeah. And if you lose and have to fly back, ugh.
Commercial, by the way.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Send the PJ.
Yeah.
The Stockton Kings PJ.
The question we have had, and I don't know the answer, would we get rings if they win? We're the announcers.
Well, we should, right?
How sick would that be?
What? We buy ourselves our
I mean,
own
I don't
rings?
need anything. Give me like the fake one. Like I don't need anything fan. I'm not asking for the one that like they're getting. But can I get like a replica one?
Yeah, like we want what's that cubic?
Zirconium.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. But yeah, like I'll take the Jack in the Box. What is that? The Cracker Jack box, like style version.
A ring pop.
No. The Cracker Jack box. They used to put the rings in there, or like
I don't have money for Cracker Jacks.
in the box.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? And they would put like a ring or like a little toy thing in there.
Must
My
be
point is I would
nice.
take a cheap version of the ring is my whole point. I don't care what it is. I just want something to resemble it. Because hell yeah, dudes, like we've been on this journey quite some time. So, but I mean, if we didn't, whatever, I would still be very, very happy for this team. And I am still this is the coolest. Quentin Crawford, this whole team, just such a fun team to be around, to follow this season.
We need to get to a couple of our super chats tonight.
Give me a hell yeah.
Joe, I don't know how to feel about this one.
Okay.
Okay, he donated $2. Haven't watched in a minute. Love you guys. Haven't watched in a minute.
Why does that bother you?
You're either a basketball sicko or not. Like, get out of your feelings if your team's
Absolutely.
losing. Listen,
What if he's talking about us? Like, haven't watched us in a minute.
that's what I'm saying. He hasn't watched us in a minute.
Okay. Do you realize like watching us is a commitment and like?
Yeah, and you guys are better be committed. I appreciate it, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Jacob says he donates $5 saying no comment, just positive vibes. Man.
Hey,
Give me a hell yeah.
love it, Jacob. All about those vibes. I love positive vibes.
And some people in the chat right now. Tony says, latest team podcast going on right now. I feel like we're always the late. We have to be the latest consistently.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where you're watching from too, I guess.
I mean, back in the day, no one else was going live. We were just like
I know.
lone wolves here going live.
That was-
And it's now it's all, I love it. Like, especially when we're not doing a podcast and it's like, oh, there's this big game in the league. And you just go on YouTube and go, you know, like, hey, Houston Rockets podcast live.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, there's people talking about it.
Love searching for live shit on the tubes.
The final poll results. How do you feel about the last 2 losses? 43% is the winner. It is what it is, man.
That pretty much stayed the same.
30% say good effort. I'm optimistic. Rough needed the win. I actually fall into good effort. I'm optimistic.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are optimistic. You're like,
I mean, it's been 5 games of them. Like, okay, I
Oh.
feel like they're playing better.
I
Like,
lean.
I can I be honest? I thought going into this game they were going to get their asses kicked.
Okay.
I didn't think it was gonna be close because I just felt like the Clippers are just really good and they needed this game. I thought they were gonna lock up the Kings and the Kings competed.
I lean optimistic. I've just been so down with this squad so many times that I'm like, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's where my standards are at. That is where my mental health is at. Like, that is where she is at.
All right.
She's there. She is there.
Such a weird night in the league because you have all these teams like resting players or tanking teams.
I know.
Like I was just scanning the box scores in the league because every team in the league played tonight. Everyone's off tomorrow, and then you got everybody playing the final game. Miami put 153 points up on the Pelicans, 153 to 104. That's insane.
That really is. 153.
153. Miami 20 of 45 from downtown in that game.
Some even scoring too.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Miami also had 70 points in the paint. Oh, come on. I mean, the Pelicans starting lineup is like it's borderline like disrespectful to the league.
Be nice.
No, it is a shit. It's my one thing with the league that like I don't know what you do about it. It is what it is. Teams, a couple games you're out of it. You're just gonna play guys, but it's just like we're talking about deep into the bench.
Alvarado played.
He did. He played 23 minutes. I mean, just crazy. OKC put up 145 in Utah tonight without SGA. I mean, they were playing Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, Kenrich Williams. Oh my goodness. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. That's why Sunday will be fun because even if teams aren't playing their guys, whatever, it's gonna be fun.
Like we said, there's still so much in the air.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Denver can still be a playing team, but Houston's probably not playing their guys. I don't know. We'll just see what it all looks like.
Also, when I went out there, because we heard
What
Bojack
happened? We never
sleeping.
We was just making
the
noises?
reason why we never got back to it because we were in the middle of talking about the DeMar final shot, barking in his sleep.
I love that.
Like full blown.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Is there anything we missed in life or anything else we should talk about?
Let's see. Dog barking in his sleep. We got the game. We got the NBA. We got the Stockton Kings. Oh, simply the best player of the game?
Yeah, who do you think it should be? I gave it to Kawhi Leonard tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna go just more positive and fun. I'm gonna go Devin Carter. I like his growth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a very optimistic one. I
yeah,
like that. He played 15 minutes tonight. You're giving
exactly. I'm not doing a full blown like, oh, the MVP of the game. I'm just saying more of a positive thought as my simply the best player of the game.
All right, Morgan's Devin Carter, mine's Kawhi Leonard. Presented by our friends over at Northwest Exteriors. Celebrating 30 years. Go to their website, northwestexteriors.com. If you're thinking about new windows, no better place to go because Morgan Rain, they are simply the best.
Thank you.
Trust Northwest.
Anything else?
No, I'm just kind of basking the fact that like this. No, I'm just being real. Like you've got tonight, the final late night pod.
I know.
On a Friday night.
I know.
This might be the last Friday night Kings game of the year.
Yeah, we stated that.
No.
You get really
I said regular
sentimental.
season. This could be the final Friday night Kings game of the season that just happened.
Understood. And if it is,
that's crazy.
Deuce has a really hard time. Like, I can't imagine what you were like. Were you crying at high school graduation?
Yeah, I tear. You didn't cry at high school graduation.
No, I didn't.
How do you even remember so long ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely teared up.
No, I didn't.
I'm an emotional guy, man.
I know, and I appreciate how vulnerable and emotional you are.
But in reality, we'll probably be here next. Dude, how about this? Next Friday night, I could be in Memphis doing the podcast.
Fuck.
Yeah, and you're gonna be in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So the play-in is exclusive to the networks, so they won't be on NBC Sports California, but pre and post game coverage will be. So Morgan would be in studio with Kyle Draper and Katie Christensen for those play-in games. And I will be on the road. On the road. Little Memphis. I've never been to Memphis.
I love that you're planning Memphis.
I've never been to OKC. Hell, what am I saying? We could be done.
You almost
Wednesday.
tried planning that last year too.
I did. I booked a fly. I was ready to go.
Crazy.
You have to book it.
I know.
Well, we'll just enjoy the uncertainty and I think that's what I was telling Morgan earlier on the way to the game. I'm like, it's the uncertainty now. Like for so long, being a Kings fan, more times than not, you knew the season was over in like January. But you knew, hey, game 82, Sunday's the final game. That's it. And now it's literally not. And you just don't know. Like the Kings could have a game. They'll have a game next Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
We don't know if they're going to have a game Friday. We don't know if they're going to go to the play. We just don't know. It could all end next Wednesday night. It could.
It could.
The uncertainty is kind of crazy. It's fun, but crazy.
I think it kills you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm such a like. I literally in the off season, because I know I keep joking about skincare routines with Deuce, but I always plan.
Yeah, it's your third mention. You act like my skin is dog shit.
No. So anyway, I always plan a Fraxel laser at the end of a King season. And it just like, gets fine lines, like whatever. And it's just been really hard to plan with this laser because you obviously have a little bit of downtime, like 3 days. But I'm just like, man, when can I laser off my face?
Yeah.
Because I just don't know.
And your
King's
summer,
schedule.
like you have such a busy summer. Like it's crazy.
Shut up.
Final thoughts? You already do them or no? I don't even know.
Basically, final thoughts. Wear your sunscreen, kids.
My final thought. Let's lock in.
I like
Lock
that.
in. Okay. We've been through a lot of shit this year. Been through 3 seasons worth in 1 season. Sunday, the regular season is over, and then next Wednesday, the real fun begins. Postseason Deuce is here.
Whoa, wait, really quick. And I see you running it saying, Mo, you're rich because you can plan. No. I get the laser for free because I'm an influencer. Duh.
That's eBiz. Relax.
I know, but I just had to tell him Aesthetic Center. Yes, go on.
You just to
I
be
know,
clear,
I'm
you
so
cut
sorry.
off my
Well,
final
I just
thought.
didn't like, I was like, ew, no.
Oh my God, a comment that no one else is going to see. That was on, we were just doing this.
I just didn't appreciate it. Go on. I'm so sorry.
Anyway,
You've never
let's
cut off.
close the chat for Morgan here. Sunday it ends, but then guess what? Postseason Deuce is here. Postseason Mo, will she join me with the intensity? I don't know. Wednesday we'll be live, but we're gonna have content Monday, Tuesday. We're gonna be locked in and ready to go for however long this goes. So let's enjoy this journey, this time together, and we'll focus on all the offseason shit going forward.
Hell yeah.
When the season ends, we'll focus on, what's next for the coach, front office, all that stuff. Who's getting moved? But let's lock into this moment now. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
I said, are you ready?
Wait, I'm walking in right now?
Kinda.
I can't wait till
Okay.
Sunday.
There you can.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped with you're what I love this time of year. Deuce is a great Deuce.
JC says Deuce is acting like Shaq when Charles Barkley interrupted him.
Yeah. Dude, and literally, how many times in one season does Deuce interrupt any thought I have? Any thought?
Okay, I'll be honest.
What?
I've probably done it 5 or 6 times this year.
And it's way more than that, but either way, my point is, it's like when something has bothered you or you're not listening fully because something, and it was just like one thing. I just had to make sure they knew.
I'm glad you went back to it.
Thank you.
I love you guys so much. We love you guys so much.
Thank you. We love you guys.
But we got
To go. You all have a wonderful rest of your night. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce